Hi guys, welcome to another video and also welcome to the first video of 2025. I haven't felt very motivated to turn on the camera and record a video, so I do apologize for the lack of. But yeah, I don't know, you guys, it's kind of weird. I don't know how I want to go about this first video of the year. I want it to just kind of be probably just a chit chat. So let's just get into it. Grab your drink. I'm actually using my People cup. I love this, so cute. I picked this one up at Cracker Barrel around Halloween time and it's so cute. So I'm using this cup today, but grab your cups, grab your drinks, grab your snacks. Let's get cozy and let's get into today's video. Okay, so updates. What have I been up to? Well, you guys know how like I have book goals of like wanting to read a certain amount of books each month. I honestly don't think I'm going to do that this year. I don't know what is wrong with me. I just haven't felt the desire to open a book and read. And the few books that I have tried to read, I tried to read a horror, I tried a thriller. I've even thought about opening up a romance book. Nothing is calling to me. So I'm in a reading rut. I hate when this happens because whenever I'm in a reading rut, I have like this desire to read and nothing sounds good and I just can't get my focus. Like I'm just not able to sit and my mind just won't let me focus on the words on the book. It's kind of a rough start to the goal of like 4 books a month. I don't know if that's even gonna happen. I'm leaving it open. Hopefully I'll be inspired. I'm actually kind of hoping that I will see something that'll just kind of grab my interest. But right now I'm just leaving it open. So this has really been hard for me to get into the swing of life. I just haven't felt that passion. Most of my energy has been going towards sorry, I keep burping. Most of my passion, most of my energy has been going towards my focus on my weight loss journey, and which is good. I'm glad that I'm more 100% there. But other than that, I wake up in the morning, I do breakfast. I'm mindful of what I'm eating. I'm trying to just kind of keep myself as productive as I can. I do wife life stuff. So laundry, cleaning the house, sitting down, reading. Well, supposed to be sitting down and reading. I've been watching TV more than ever. Taking down the Christmas decorations. That was like another thing. I don't know. It's weird. Is anybody else in this weird like limbo with your energy? Like anybody else feeling that way, or is this just me? What else did I want to talk about? I guess like we'll talk about weight loss journey because that's really like literally like that's really the only consistent thing in my life right now. And I think that honestly that's kind of how it's supposed to be, and that's probably how it's going to look for the foreseeable future, at least this year. But I am still focusing on protein. I've actually been trying to raise my protein intake, like how much protein I'm eating per day. So I've started to get rid of creamer. I don't use creamer in my coffee anymore. I use half of the bottle of protein shake. I'm one of those people where I'm really bad. I like a lot of creamer. So that's one reason why I'm trying to cut out the creamer, because it is really sweet. I buy those little like servings there. It's like one bottle is a serving size vanilla protein shake. And so usually I would drink that maybe midday when I haven't really felt the need to eat lunch or whatever, as a snack to help keep me full and whatnot. So I'll open one of those up in the morning and I pour half the bottle into my coffee, and it's usually enough to kind of give it the to water down the coffee flavor, because I don't drink my coffee black. So it's pretty good. I haven't had to put creamer in it. It does take away the taste that I'm normally used to with my morning coffee, but sometimes we just got to make sacrifices. I only drink coffee once a day, and with that, I usually don't drink the whole cup. So I really drink coffee for the taste, just to have the taste in me and not get the headache after, you know what I mean? Breakfasts are so easy. I think breakfast is like, it's my favorite meal of the day. So breakfasts for me are so easy to just put something together, and I know how much calories around a ballpark of what it is because I kind of eat the same stuff. So that's been easy. I've started to skip lunch, and I only eat 2 main meals a day, and then I snack in between. So like I'll have breakfast, and I try to eat breakfast late so that I'm not wanting to eat lunch. You know what I mean? If you know my schedule, like my husband's work schedule, he works nights. So he sleeps during the day and then he wakes up, goes to work at night and so forth. So he doesn't have breakfast with me most mornings. And I usually am making dinner early so he can eat before he goes to work. So usually it's like, if I'm eating my dinner super, super early, I usually get hungry at night, or I'm eating like a late lunch and then a dinner. And that's what I was doing before the weight loss journey. So I knew I needed to break that habit. And the thing that's been working best for me is 2 meals, 2 main meals, and then snacks in between. So like more of a snack rather than a lunch. Okay. So I have breakfast kind of late. I usually eat about 10. To me, 10 is late. I'm usually up by like 7 or 8. So 10 is late for me. So I usually eat breakfast around 10. Have a snack mid lunchtime, or like when Hubs is eating his food. So like around 1 or 2, I usually, depending on what it is, you know, I'm usually having snacks. So my favorite snacks right now have been cottage cheese with fruit. I bought like raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. I chop them up. I put them in the cottage cheese. I sprinkle or drizzle a little bit of honey. And I have some granola left over because sometimes I like to put granola in my yogurt. So I'll sprinkle some granola in there, mix it all together. It's a really good, yummy, proteiny snack. Another one of my favorite snacks is if I'm having more of a salty, so that's if I'm having a sugary sweet craving. If I'm having a salty craving, another favorite snack is giant pickles. I love pickles. So I like to buy the giant pickles from the grocery store. I have a couple of them that those are like my, if I'm really needing like a salty treat. So sometimes I'll do a pickle, or I bought a bag of cuties. Cuties are like those little tiny little oranges or tangerines or whatever the heck they are. So I'll usually have two or 3 depending on how many I want, or how big they are. And I peel them and I pull them apart, and then I usually sprinkle a little bit of the tahini seasoning, so it's kind of salty, with some chili powder, and a little drizzle of chamoy sauce, and it's just the most delicious snack. If you know, you know. So that's another favorite snack. Sometimes I'm craving meat. Sometimes I need meat. So especially with protein. So I've been doing kind of like a charcuterie kind of a thing. I bought the ham, turkey, roast beef, like sandwich meat, you know. So sometimes I'll have some pieces of ham with like some cheese or whatever, fruit, whatever I have, you know. I try to keep it fresh, and I try to keep a snack small. Nuts, that's another big snack. I've even bought before sugarless, sugar-free beef jerky. That's also been a protein snack that's been helping me too. But it just depends. It just depends. Some days I have the salt cravings. Some days I have sugar cravings. But speaking of cravings though, because I am on the semaglutide shot, I don't necessarily crave food. Like when I say cravings, I'm not like ravenously hungry, like wanting all of the food. It's just more like, oh, this sounds good, you know? So there's that. I feel like I have to like explain it a little bit, because when you're on that medicine, it does take away food noise, and it does take away like the cravings and appetite. So sometimes I'm in the mood for this, and then like when I sit down and I have it in front of me, it doesn't look good after a while. So that's happened too. And I usually force myself to eat at least the meat on the plate. So like the other night, for example, my husband barbecued some steaks. We had steaks and we had some corn on the cob. And the steaks were good, but I like looking at it on my plate, I just wasn't feeling it after a while. So I tried to force myself to eat more of the meat versus like the corn. Little things like that, just to make sure I get food in me. But yeah, it's been a really good journey. I feel really good. How do I feel? I feel lighter, but I also am, like right now, lately, I have been dealing with a lot of doubt. I have a lot of like self-doubt in me, and I think it's triggered mostly because of my PMS. Like this is PMS week, you guys. Like we are heavy in PMS week today and the next couple days. So I know that part of my negative self-talk is that. But the other part of my PMS is, or not my PMS, but my doubts are, I look in the mirror and I still see like me. Like I still see my same old body. I don't see changes. I feel changes. I know that there have been changes. So I take my measurements. I do weigh-ins once a week, and then I take my measurements once a week. And so I have the whole like stats to show that it's on paper, like my measurements, everything is dropped here and there. It's just my eyes are not letting me see the progress. And I don't know if it's because it's probably a combination of I'm just a bigger girl and I have more to lose, so it's going to take longer to see the actual physical changes. And then I also think it's also, I want to see changes in certain parts of my body and I'm not seeing it there, or at least in my eyes, I'm not seeing it. So the biggest issue for me is my face. I always see people when they drop weight, I feel like they lose weight first in their face. And I feel like for me, my weight loss has been more in the body, mainly like the upper part of my stomach, like my upper belly and my like my back fat. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Because the area where I've lost the most inches has been my waist and my like my bust. I've noticed that because my bras are now I'm starting to get to the point where I think I'm gonna have to buy a new bra like that's a size smaller or so, because I'm getting to the point where even when it's in the tightest, it's starting to not do much for the girls. So I know I've lost there, but I think for me, like, obviously I want my belly to minimize, but more so my face. Like this area right here, my throat, my double chin. I feel like it's gone down a little bit, but it's still there. And then I also know that this is genetics too. Like my whole family on my mom's side, we all have, that's just our thing. We all have the turkey neck. We have the big noses, the wide noses. That's genetics. Like I know that runs in the family. So my mom is much smaller than me and she has it. So like, I know that that's just the way we are. But I also know for me, like weight gain, a lot of it was here too. So I think that's kind of my problem, is I'm not seeing the loss where I want to see it. And I feel like when I sit in front of the camera and people look at me and I still look like I have like a triple chin or whatever, I feel like it just shows, it just looks like nothing's happening, you know? So I think that's just my insecurity talking, and I have to just tell her to go away. Because seriously, like the progress that I've seen, there has been progress. That's another thing too. I think that's the burps has been a side effect from my medicine. So I've been taking omeprazole. I've been taking the heartburn pill for the last couple days because one of the side effects of my dose going up was a lot of heartburn. That and acid reflux, heartburn, like that was an issue that I've had before I started the weight loss journey. In fact, that's one of the things that I'm hoping I will see go away as I lose weight. But I have been taking the omeprazole for the last couple days because the acid reflux has been really bad, like to the point where I can't sleep. So that's been helping, but the downside of it is, I don't know, I just get the burps. So I'd rather have the burps than acid reflux. So it is what it is. Okay, so let's just talk, the medicine. I had my tele appointment. So it's like my doctor meets with me in a tele call, like a Zoom call. And so he met with me early on in the new year, like the day after. And we did updates. So he, went over my weight, how much I was when I started, how much and where I'm at now, how do I feel, do I have any bad side effects, what else am I doing to kind of, push myself along, and we refilled my prescription. So I have a whole new bottle of medicine in the refrigerator that I haven't opened yet because I'm still making my way through the first bottle. And pretty much just, I'm gonna stay at the same dose until I don't feel like it's working anymore. And the downside about now where I'm at, because the dose that I'm at now, I'm trying to keep there as long as I can, because if I need to go up in dose, then the prescription goes up like $100. My doctor he was very hopeful and well, not hopeful. I'm very hopeful, but he was very excited to see how much progress was made in the last 3-ish months. He's thinking that I will see a total, getting to the total of 100-pound loss, towards the end of the summer, so around August. I feel like that's too soon. See, and this is me being doubtful. I told him, I don't know, I was thinking like by the end of the year. And he goes, no, I think if you really work on it, you could really see getting to 100-pound loss by August. So I don't know, we'll see. He showed me like a little bit of like the math of it and all that, and it makes sense. I guess we could get there. But when I think of 100 pounds, that's a lot. But then I didn't realize, like, I do realize, like, I do know, but I also don't realize, like, this whole thing has been such an eye-opening experience, just how heavy I got. So it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing, but it's my reality. So it is what it is. He then went forward and asked, what's my ultimate goal weight? And I still like had no answer. I'm so modest when it comes to this stuff, because I don't know if it's like part of me just doesn't believe that I have this ability to do it. I don't know. But I told him a little ballpark of what I would like to be at, but I just can't even fathom. If I can't even fathom, the smallest amount, I don't know. So he kind of created a estimated goal weight for me. And he says, obviously we could change it as we go along, but he says I'm too modest. He told me to dream bigger. So I guess like my goal and mine was not good enough. But I have like one little goal right now that's in mind, which I'm not going to say because I'm too embarrassed. But once I get there, I'll announce it. And then the second goal, which is like the ultimate goal weight, I don't even know. I don't even remember what I was like in that size. So we'll get there when we get there, if we ever get there, which I hope we do. Okay, so there's that. So let's talk weight loss. Let's talk how much I've lost. My official weigh-in is not till Thursday, so I still have a couple more days to go. So I'm very hesitant to even verbalize how much I've lost, because water weight can happen in a couple days. Sounds so silly, but it's true. I'm going to be on my period in a few more days. So whenever that happens, obviously my body holds more weight, more water weight, but then it just means the following like weight loss, the following weigh-in day will reflect the loss. But I did buy a new scale. So this whole part of this journey, right? I started October 17th. And this whole part of this journey so far, I've been using my husband's scale that we've had for years. It's a digital scale. It works, you know, it's a scale that could take someone of my size. But I've been noticing that scale was having trouble. It was having trouble like getting my number, and it was getting to the point where it was annoying because I would have to stand on it, not move, look at it, get the number. And then I always double check. Like I check at least twice to make sure if I get the same number before I lock it in, like that's my weight. But that scale would jump anywhere from like 5 pounds, around like ballpark 5 pounds up or down. And it just got to the point where intuitively I was like, I think it's time for a new scale. I think this scale is old. It's probably not calibrated the greatest. It's probably off. I'm sick and tired of like numbers jumping everywhere. I want something that's a little bit more accurate. So I ordered myself a digital scale. And the day that I did my weigh-in last week, I used both scales, right? So I went on my husband's scale, got my weight, went on my new digital scale, and the pound difference was exactly 2 pounds off. So my new scale was 2 pounds less than what the other one was saying. And that new scale, I kept getting on it, off it, on it, off it, just to make sure. And it was the same number every single time. So I knew, okay, this is it. So from now on, I'm only going to be using the new scale. And yeah, so it was it was kind of nice to see, you know, that extra 2 pounds, right? I told myself I was going to go back to just doing it weigh-in once a day or once a week, because when you weigh every day, you do see the fluctuation of your body. So you will see the water weight. You will see if you're holding in water, or if you're, you know, if you ate something salty the night before, you'll see like your weight fluctuate. But it's also cool to weigh yourself every day if you can mentally handle it, because you also see how your body works. So because I've been weighing myself every single day for the majority of this journey, I know that when I'm on my period week, the PMS time, that my body usually holds more water, and the scale will usually bump up. So sometimes I will see a couple pounds more than what I am. And then I also know that, you know, I tend to weigh myself. If I'm doing myself on Thursday, that's my weigh-in day. Sunday usually reflects the weight that's going to pop up on Thursday. I don't know why, but that's just kind of how it's been. So I weighed myself yesterday, weighed myself this morning. It was the same weight. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers that this will be the number that we see on the scale on Thursday. But so far, if I include what the scale said today, as how much weight I've lost so far, I have literally hit 30 pounds lost. Not even kidding. So I'm really excited to say that, because that's huge. That's a goal, a little goal. It's a lot of weight, but it also frustrates me because 30 pounds is a lot of pounds. And I'm like, when are we going to see it on the face? When am I going to physically see it in myself? When is someone else who hasn't seen me in a while, who sees me, going to notice it? You know, I'm starting to get a little bit antsy for that, because I've been on this journey almost, let me see, October, November, December, almost 3 months. It'll be 3 months the 17th of January. And not having anyone notice kind of sucks. So I mean, I get compliments here and there. Like my mom says she notices a little bit, but I think it's like I'm waiting for my husband to finally to see it. But then again, he sees me every day, so I understand. It's like the same kind of issue that I'm having with myself. So yeah, but 30 pounds is a lot, you guys. It's a lot. It's a lot. I feel it, definitely. I feel lighter. I feel better. I can tie my own shoes again. Like, I know that's so embarrassing to say, but I can tie my own shoes again. Don't have to ask hubby to do it. I'm able to, like, my belly has always been an issue, but now I can, like, tie my shoes. That was a big one. I did that the other day, and I was so, I wanted to cry when I did it. Progress, little by little, little by little. So we shall see where I go, what happens on Thursday. But to see the number where it is right now, it's like, yes, it feels good. So if you guys are curious, if you have any questions, if you know, have any questions or anything you want to, you know, topics you want to see me discuss, I think my YouTube channel this year is really just going to be aimed more towards personal journey, personal life updates, just life, anything random that I feel like talking about. It's really not going to be business oriented or anything tarot wise. I mean, tarot is still going to be a part of my life, but I don't know. It's just going to be whatever I feel naturally called to do. But yeah, that's like my main focus right now. Like, my main focus is literally the self, the healing journey, the body. So that's kind of where my head's at. Anyways, gonna go ahead and end this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you in my next video, hopefully soon, but we shall see. And hopefully by then I'll have some updates on books I'm reading, because this book rut that I'm in sucks. So we will see. There are some really good books coming out later in the month. I think that's kind of what I'm waiting for, is like some new author stuff to come out. So until then, I will see you guys in my next video very, very soon. Take care. Love you. Bye.